Hi guys, we'll start class in just a minute when more people are here. Oh. We're looking at conditionals today. Yay, grammar! Everyone's favorite. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Hi.
Would you do me a favor and close your other verbling tab?
Hi.
Would you do me a favor and close your other verbling tab? There's an echo.
Hello. No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Echo?
Hello. Yeah. No, I can't hear you. I think
you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello.
Yeah. No, I can't hear you. Just a moment. I think I have a problem.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. No, I can't hear you. Just a moment. I think I have a problem.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. No. Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, yeah. I think you just maybe had two tabs open.
Yeah, I had not two times, it was in the volume.
Ah, okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so today we're talking about conditionals. Are you ready to do some grammar today?
Yeah, I'm
Yay!
ready.
Me too.
We'll
start in just a second when more students have arrived.
Yeah,
it's cold?
Yeah, it's very cold.
So where are you coming from? Where do you live?
Now I live in London.
Oh, it's very cold there?
Yeah, it's very cold. This year special, I understand. This is the first time when I came here, but I understand it's a long winter. Where are you from? So you
Yeah,
say?
I hate the cold.
You hate me
I'm
too.
from Phoenix, Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, it's warm here most of the year, but there's a little bit of cold in the winter.
Yeah. Okay, I understand it's everywhere in this year in Europe. It's very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we have enough. I'm sorry, what?
I saw everybody, they are here.
Yeah. So looks like we have enough students. Let's introduce each other and then we'll start grammar. We'll start conditionals. So let's start with Ahmad. Can you tell me who you are, where you're from, and what your favorite holiday is?
Okay, this is Ahmed from Saudi Arabia. I like summer holiday.
Summer holiday?
Yeah.
So do you mean vacation or do you mean an actual like holiday?
Yeah, even if it is on the weekend. I mean, I like in summer more.
I see. One distinction I want to call your attention to is that in American English, holiday means Christmas, Easter, your birthday. Those are holidays, and that actual time off is called vacation. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of the difference because sometimes it can be tricky. In the U.S., it means something different than in England.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ali Al-Ahmad. Can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, Ali, I'm from Syria.
Okay, and what time is it there right now?
Yes, it's 11.
And what's your favorite holiday?
It's my birthday. Yes.
All right, that's a good one. Why is that your favorite holiday?
Well, it's for me.
All right, I agree. I think birthdays are great. Amer Shuga
Sugar.
Adin.
Sugar, yeah.
All right, can you tell us your favorite holiday?
The New Year.
The New Year. Oh, that's a really fun one. Why is it your favorite?
Because everybody is free and you can meet them.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone celebrates that one.
Yeah, everyone celebrate this is celebrate.
I think that's nice because it doesn't matter what religion you are or anything. Everyone celebrates the New Year.
Exact.
All
Exact.
right. Cool. Thank you. Dinsel
Hey,
Taspinar.
Dinchal.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi,
Nice,
hi, Michaela.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and other
Can,
friends
yeah.
also here
Can
in
you
the
tell
room.
us about yourself?
Okay, I'm
He is
Dinchal
good
from.
student. I saw him every time.
Thank you very much. I'm quite eager to learn. Anyways, I am from southern Turkey and live in Antalya city actually. But unfortunately, I'm not a fan of holidays because I work at tourism sector, and
Oh
Normal.
so it's almost
no.
impossible to have a vacation and
Oh,
holiday
that's
times.
terrible.
Yeah, I'm just happy with other people that having fun of the holidays.
Normally you are happy because you take the money. Especially in Turkish. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
they
make
are
oh,
extra
very
money.
beautiful
all
country.
right, but someday it's my really it's my target. Someday I will achieve to have a holiday on Sundays and summertime.
Well, good luck with that. It might be difficult with your current work.
No, not at all. It's our life. I'm
Yeah.
happy. At least
Okay.
we have some internet activities or something to attend, like language
Yeah.
classes or something with you. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that all of you are here. I love being with
And
you again.
besides, after today's class, I thought that you would choose like politics or something to topic. There will be more heat inside the
I
classroom.
see. Yeah, actually, that's one thing. If you guys have any suggestions for classes that you want to do, if you want to have discussions or you want a particular grammar topic covered or something, just let me know at any time. You can message me on Verbling or on Facebook or just tell me after class. Just let me know what you guys want to do because these grammar classes I'm doing right now were a request of another student I had. So he requested that I cover conditionals and a couple other grammar topics. And so if you guys ever have any suggestions, I'm happy to make classes for whatever you guys want to learn. So just let
All
me
right
know.
then, duly noted.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. How
Thank you.
about Dui Ying? Can you tell us about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what your favorite holiday is?
Yes, hello everybody. First of all,
Hi.
I'm from Colombia, and my favorite holiday is Christmas.
All right. Why is it your favorite holiday?
Because this day you share with your family, friends. That's a good day.
Yeah, and there's good food too.
Oh yes, good food too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Farad Ali, will you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, teacher, I'm Farhad. I am from Pakistan, and my favorite hobby is no. My favorite holiday is a Valentine Day, and the reason why I like this day because everyone can just give special. They can show him their emotional, their love, and they can give him a gift and these kind of things. So I
Yeah,
like.
that's very fun. Very sweet holiday.
Yeah. So teacher, what's your fit is doing today?
My what?
Fit. No, no, your fit. Your dog. I
My
think a fit animal. A fit animal. Last time I have taken a class with
Pet
you, and
item.
pet.
Ah,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pet. Yeah. That was Chiquita. She's downstairs right now, I think. I've got two cats. So sometimes they come
Okay.
in and out of class. They like to learn English too.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see.
All right. Uh, Hasina Lau, will you tell us about yourself and your favorite holiday?
Yes, sure. Hi, should I say good afternoon, good evening, or good morning? I'm Hasina. I'm from Algeria. I'm 20. Well, because religions differ and traditions differ, and many things, maybe your holidays are not the same like ours. We have
Hmm.
some holidays that you don't have, and you have some that we don't have. But my best holiday, I guess, is the spring one, like the one we are having here. There is nothing special about it, but I like the weather. I like to do different things because if we are at university, studies and the same routine. But when the holidays comes, staying at home, you can do whatever you want, enjoy your time, practice your hobbies, anything of that.
All right, that sounds
That's
nice.
all.
Sounds like a very relaxing holiday.
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, how about Mauro Leonardo, and then the last name gets cut off.
Mauro,
Mauro.
just Mauro.
Okay, can you tell us about yourself and your favorite holiday?
Yes, I'm Mauro. I'm from Argentina. I'm 30 years old, and I think New Year is my favorite holiday.
Okay, and why is New Year's your favorite?
I think here because here in South America is summer. It's the beginning of summer. I don't know. I think it's maybe a holiday that allows people to unite, to federate. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's very fun. Everyone parties and gets together,
Yeah.
and that's fun.
Yes,
All
I
right.
think that's it.
So, for anyone who doesn't know me already, my name is Michaela, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, which is where I live now. I've been a teacher for a couple of years. I teach English abroad, but since I'm living at home now, I started teaching with Verbling, and I love it. I just started teaching recently, like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still a little new. There are still some technical difficulties sometimes, but I'm really, really enjoying class. And my favorite holiday, I think my favorite holiday is Halloween because it's always very, very fun. Everyone gets to dress up and eat candy and sweets, which is my favorite. And there's no pressure, I feel like, because sometimes I like holidays like Christmas, but on Christmas, I feel like there's a lot of pressure to like buy presents for people, and there's a lot to do around that holiday. There's a lot to get done, and it's kind of stressful for me. So I prefer Halloween when there's no pressure, no stress, just fun and candy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like
Exactly.
do you like pumpkins?
Yeah, yeah, I decorate pumpkins every year. It's very, very fun.
Yeah,
Has anyone here ever celebrated Halloween before? Nobody?
not really.
You guys should try it. It's very fun, I promise.
We
Okay.
mostly know Halloween from American movies, yeah?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's a team of many horror movies and start with a party on Halloween and turns into something bloody.
Yes, yes. Usually they're very gruesome movies that are related to Halloween. But usually Halloween doesn't really go like that. You know, it's very unusual that Halloween ends up like one of those movies.
Or mask parties. How do you say mask party or something?
Yeah, costume
Pumpkin.
party. Pumpkin.
Whenever
Costume
I
party.
think of Halloween,
Yeah, pumpkins are fun, and we always make food with pumpkin in it and also carve them. I'm sure you guys have seen like pumpkins with little faces carved out. It's a very fun activity.
nice.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about conditionals. Does everyone have the document open?
No.
I attached a document to the class, so it should be under where you guys signed in. If you don't have it, I think I can send it to you like this. So I think if you click on the
Oh,
link I
great.
just sent you, it'll bring you to the document. Does everyone see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, does anyone not have the document opened?
Wait a minute. Conditional docx.
Okay, everyone got it? I'm gonna start talking. So if anyone is lost or left behind or something, just let me know and I'll try to help you out as best I can. Okay, so we're talking about conditionals today. Has anyone ever used conditionals before? Have you guys already studied them in class?
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah? Okay, so you're already probably familiar. Are you familiar with the three different types, or do you just know the general form, like if this, then this?
Depend. Not all of.
Okay, so I made this document for you guys so that you can keep these notes for yourself. If you have any questions later or need to review it or anything, you can have them for yourself. But we're going to read it together, and then we're going to do some practice at the end and definitely ask each other some questions. So that should be very fun at the end of class. But for now, I'm going to have each of you read a little section. Let's start with Ahmad. Will you read the very first section right underneath conditionals? There's a short sentence that talks about the form of conditionals.
Okay. Conditional sentences consist of two parts. The dependent subordinate if clause and the main will clause.
Thank
Type
you.
one. Okay.
Ali Al-Ahmad, will you read the next one?
Yes. Type 1, the dependent if clause usually indicates a real or possible situation that can be happen in the present or in the future, and the main will clause expresses the result of the condition. Conditional sentence type 1 is often called the real conditional because it's used for real or possible situations. These situations take place if a certain condition is met.
Okay, thank you. Will Amer,
Type 2, the dependent if indicates a situation that is a possible but very unlikely to occur, and the main will clause express the result of the condition.
okay, sorry, I had a little typo there. It should be the main clause will express. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's a note underneath that. In if clause type 2, we usually use were, even if the pronoun is I, he, or she, or it. So an example of this, if I were you, I would not do this. So for you, we generally say you are, he is, she is. But here, when we're using past, we're not going to say he or she was. We're going to say if he were you, if she were you. So it's a little bit irregular. It's not super, super important. If you forget it, it's no big deal. You'll still be completely understood. But it's a little more correct to use were instead of was. So try to remember that if you can. Okay, so type 3, let's have Dinshell? Is that what your name is? Dinshell?
Yes, Dinchel.
Dinshell. Okay, can you read the type 3 for us?
All right. Okay, I was way below. Sorry. Type 3. This refers to situations in the past. An action could have happened in the past if a certain condition had been fulfilled. Things were different then. However, we just imagine what would have happened if the situation had been fulfilled. Was that it?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so those are the three types of conditionals. We have one that is a possibility, one that could happen but isn't very likely, and one that's completely impossible. And that's the first little chart just tells you that. So it's a review. The first is condition possible to fulfill. Second, condition in theory possible to fulfill. And 3, condition not possible to fulfill because we're talking about something that's already passed and over. Let's have Farad. Will you read the tenses, the chart below that says form?
Yeah. Form type first simple present. Well, future or model plus infinitive. Number second, simple past, would plus infinitive. Number third, past perfect, would plus have plus past participle. Participle.
Okay, thank you very much. So does anyone have any questions yet? I know it can be a little difficult to understand before we see real examples, but if you have any questions now, let me know. Is everyone clear on everything? Awesome. Okay, so if we have no questions, then I will have Asina. Will you read the examples for us? Now it's going to get a little easier because there are some clear examples of what this looks like.
Yes, sure. Examples. Type 1. The main clause, I will pass the exam. The if clause, if I study. Type 2. I would pass the exam. The if clause, if I studied. And type 3. The main clause, I would have passed the exam. If clause, if I had studied.
Okay, perfect. So that's just what it looks like written down, and it follows all of the rules that we saw above. Now we have some, they're the same thing, but they're just examples of the affirmative and the negative. So will someone read the long form and short form of the first conditional tense? Let's have Maro. Will you read those for us?
Okay. Type 1, long form. If I study, I will pass the exam. Short contracted forms. If I study, I'll pass the exam. Then, if I study, I will not fail the exam. Short form. If I study, I won't fail the exam. Or long form. If I do not study, I will fail the exam. Short form. If I don't study, I'll fail the exam.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Ahmad, will you read the conditional, the second type of conditional, the examples for those?
Okay. Type 2. If I studied, I would pass the exam. If I studied, I'd pass the exam. If I studied, I would not fail the exam. If I studied, I wouldn't fail the exam. If I did not study, I would fail the exam. If I didn't study, I'd fail the exam.
Awesome, thank you. Ahmer, will you read the third type, the examples for the third type?
Okay. Me or Ali? Me?
Sure.
Sugar.
Okay. If I had studied, I would have passed the exam. If I studied, I'd have passed the exam. If I had studied, I wouldn't have failed the exam. If I hadn't studied, I would have failed the exam.
Awesome.
Do I have to? Okay.
Thank you, Ali. So does anyone have any questions yet? I think it might be a little more clear now that we've seen some examples.
Okay, I might ask you this. Type 1, it is real, isn't it? I mean, the first type, I mean, if I, let's suppose I will say, if I study, I will pass the exam. It's something real, right?
Yeah, it's something that is possibly real. So it's potential. It's something that could happen. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, but it's a possibility for the future.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Okay, this is type 1. Type 2, I think it is not. It is unreal.
Yeah, it's an unreal type of situation.
Yeah. Okay. How about the third type?
The third type is like even more unreal. It's an impossible situation.
Possible
So
as well.
the second type, the difference between the second and the third is that the type 2 is not necessarily impossible, but it's unlikely. So if I won $1 million tomorrow, I would buy a boat. That's a very unreal situation, but it's not an impossible situation. So it could happen, but it's not very likely. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is something that is impossible and already passed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So there's a little note under that as well. We can substitute could or might for would. Should, may, or must are sometimes possible too. So in most times you can say, I would pass the exam, I could pass the exam, I might pass the exam, I may pass the exam, I should pass the exam, and I must pass the exam. So those are all possibilities as well. And sometimes you can change which word you use to change your meaning a little bit. So let's review really quickly. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and then we're going to go on to practice. So how about Hasina? What is type 3? Type 3 conditionals? How do you form type 3 conditionals? How do you form it?
Type 3 conditionals. You mean the tenses we use, or?
The tenses we use, yes.
Yes, we use type 3. We use the past perfects plus the present. Do we call it present conditional? I guess. Can we call it like that?
You can. It's not an actual term, but you can call it like that, and I'll understand.
Yes, we use the past perfects in the if clause, and we use the would plus the present perfects in the main clause.
Okay, thank you. Let's have... Sorry, my internet is kind of slow today. Let's have Mauro. Will you tell me the form for type 2 conditionals?
In the if clause, we have to use the simple past. In the main clause, we have to use the verb would plus infinitive.
Okay.
We were talking about type 2.
Can we? Yes, type 2.
Okay.
Okay. So what about Ahmed? Will you tell me, can we reverse the order of the main clause and the other clause? So the if clause and the main clause, can we reverse them, or is it always one order?
No, we can reverse them.
Yeah, that's important to remember. Sometimes we'll use the main clause and then the if clause, and sometimes the if clause and then the main clause.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have some practice for you guys. Type 1, we've got 1 through 5. This didn't work out exactly like I had planned. I put options for you guys in the boxes, but I think you guys can't actually use the boxes. Is that true? So the boxes don't work for anything, right?
We can't.
Okay, so that's fine. Instead, what we'll do is you guys can fill in a verb there. It might be even better this way because it'll be a little trickier for you guys. So I'm going to assign the questions. You guys read the sentence and put a verb in conjugated correctly. And if you don't think you understand what verb is supposed to go there, then just ask me and I'll help you out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me start with... Uh-oh. Let's start with Ahmad. Will you do number 1 for us?
Okay. Number 1, if Caroline and Sue blank the salad, fill blank the house.
Okay, and what can you put in there?
Maybe make.
Okay, make, that's correct.
Yeah. Phil will clean the house.
Perfect. That's a perfect example. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think.
awesome. Ahmed, will you do number 2 for us?
Okay. If you cut the onion for the salad, Caroline uh, maybe prepare the mushroom.
Awesome, thank you. That's perfect. Okay, Ali, will you do number 3?
Okay. Jane blank the sitting room if Aaron and Tim the furniture. Jane will clean the sitting room if Aaron and Tim bring the furniture.
What was the second verb you used?
Uh,
Do you want to write it in the chat box? I
bring,
just couldn't. What?
bring,
Bring?
bring.
Bring? Okay,
Yeah.
bring. That's a possibility. Sure. So Jane will clean the sitting room if Aaron and Tim bring the furniture. Perfectly conjugated. Thank you.
Yes.
Amer, will you do the next one?
If Bob tidy, no.
Could be.
Go if Bob tidy up the kitchen and Anita will clean.
Sure. So if Bob tidies up the kitchen, Anita will clean the toilet. That's perfectly conjugated. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Asegul? Is that how you say it? Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Asegul? I can't hear you. Hello? Okay. I can't hear you. If you want to just let me know in the chat box if you're experiencing technical difficulties, that would be great. I'm going to move on. Farad, will you do that sentence for us?
I think that this is a quite difficult, but I'm going to try. Alina, um, Alina,
So, what do you think?
Alina, Alina, will bring the drink.
Drink.
No, Alina.
Can someone help him out? What do you guys think?
Will buy.
Sure.
Elena
Yeah.
will buy the drinks
And
if
if
somebody
somebody will, somebody
no
will.
if somebody help her.
Sure, that's a
If so,
possibility. Okay, so she will buy the drinks if somebody will help her. She will buy the drinks if somebody helps her bring them or carry them.
Carry them.
Awesome.
Carry the bottles.
Yeah, carry the bottles. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay. Now we're on to type 2 conditionals. Hasina, will you do the first one for us?
Yes. Mm, I would invite all my friends if I bought a house by the beach.
So that's not quite correct because I don't think you said would, right?
I said would. I would
Oh,
invite.
I'm sorry. Will you repeat the sentence you said? I couldn't hear you very well.
Yes, okay. I would invite all my friends if I bought a house by the beach.
Okay, perfect. That's perfectly conjugated. Sorry about that. I just couldn't hear you the first time.
That's okay.
Okay. So number 2, let's have Mauro. Will you read that number 2 for us and answer it?
Okay. And number 2, my friends up in my judge if they spend their holidays on my island.
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Yes, I'm ready to repeat. I would pick up my friends in
Okay.
my yacht if they like it to spend their holidays on my island or
Yeah.
want
No.
it.
Perfect conjugation. Yeah, you could say wanted, you could say liked. Whatever verb you want, you can use, but as long as you have it conjugated correctly, then it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, number 3, it's back to the beginning, Ahmed.
Yeah, okay. We would have great parties if my friends, I don't know, anything in the past.
Okay, so
If
for
my-
example, what?
If my friends came to my island.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Number 4. Ahmed, will you read number 4 for us?
Okay. If we had to go shopping in a big city, we would see a helicopter.
Sure. That's definitely a possibility. Conjugated very well. Thank you. Ali, will you get the last type 2 conditional?
Yes, yes. But if my friends' holidays were over, would be very lonely on my lonely island.
Okay. Perfect conjugation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. First one in type 3. Let's have Amer. Will you do the first one in type 3? Do you remember how to conjugate this?
Just a moment. If the mid-fire had passed the ball more exactly, our team would have had more.
Yes. Would have had more chances to attack. Perfect. Thank you.
Chance for attack.
Okay. Number 2. Aysegul, are you still having microphone difficulties? I can't hear you. So if you want to respond to any of these questions, just message it in the chat box on the right, in the Verbling chat box. So if you want to respond, just message there. Okay, Farad, will you do the next sentence?
Okay. 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 If this my if no I am wrong. Okay. If the forwards um if the forward have would have come faster, they have they would have they would have achieved. If the forward had come faster, they would have more goal.
Perfect. Okay,
The
so you conjugate it the second time you got it right. That was a perfect conjugation. Thank you.
forward.
Can you explain us, please, more type 3? I think
Okay,
it's
so
difficult.
Is your question about the form of type 3 or is your question about the meaning of type 3?
Both of us.
Okay, so can anyone answer his question on form? The form is pretty easy to remember. Who can remember how you form type 3?
Yes, can I?
Yes, please answer.
Yes, we use in the main clause the past perfect, and we use in the let me remember. In the if clause, we use the past perfect, and in the main clause, we use the would plus present perfect.
Exactly.
Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct. So,
And can I also answer the meaning?
sure.
I'm just trying. I'm not pretty sure. Yes, we use it when something in the past doesn't happen. We use it for imagining things. If something had happened in the past, what would happen instead of that? Things that didn't happen in the past, and we just imagine that other things happened.
Yes. All right, that's a pretty good answer. Does that answer your question? Is that what you were looking for, or are you looking for more explanation?
Yeah, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to continue to do practice, so hopefully by the end of class you won't have any questions anymore. So who's next for reading a sentence? Was the next person Farad? Did you read one already? You read the last one, right?
He was the last one.
Okay, thank you. So Hasina, will you do the next one?
Yes, sure. Number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their motivation if they go during the first half. Let me think, please. Which verb? Can I use increase?
Yes, you can.
Their motivation would have increased if they had set a goal during the first half.
Sure. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay. Number 4. Let's have, oh, we had some students drop out. Oh no. Aye, aye. Okay, number 4, Mauro, will you do number 4 since we're having some student changing things going on?
Number 4, the fullbacks could have prevent one or the other goal if they had stopped their opponent.
Yeah, their opponents.
Opponents, sorry.
Yeah, conjugation was great though. Thank you. And let's have, hi, Salvo. Can you hear me, Salvo? Okay, but you can't speak. Your mic is not working properly. Well, I can see you're typing in the chat box. Okay, so you can type, but you can't speak. That's perfectly fine. Do you want to do the last sentence for us, or are you still kind of learning about conditionals? If you want, you can type the last sentence with verbs in that number 3 conditional type. So we're doing, do you have the document open? I'm going to put the document in the chat box one more time for some students that just came in. Here. There you go. So that's the document. If anyone is just joining us in class, we're going over conditionals, and we're using that document. There we go. Okay. So Salvo, will you tell us also where you're from? just give us a little intro if you want. If you can type it into the Verblink chat box. I'm going to say hi to a couple other students. Lucas, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. Yes, I can.
Hi. Tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I am from Brazil.
Awesome. And what part of Brazil are you from?
I live in the northeast of Brazil, in the Bahia state.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, and what time is it there for you?
Right now it is 6:45.
All right. Well, we're happy to have all of you guys with us, but for students who just joined, we're looking at conditional sentences on a document that I posted in the chat box, so you can find it there.
Yeah.
Jorge, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Hi, Jorge. Will you tell us about yourself? Introduce yourself quickly.
Oh no.
Where are you from, and what do you do?
I'm from Chile. This is my first time in here.
All right. Well, it's good to have you with us. It's also Salvo's first time with us, so we have a few new students, and I'm actually a very new teacher as well. I've only been a teacher here for a couple of weeks, so. Sorry, Jorge.
No problem.
I'll speak more slowly. Do you have the document open? Oh, hold on. I will give it to you one more time. Click the link.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're working on today. We're working on conditionals.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, thanks. Last question, Ahmad. Will you do the last sentence for us, number 5 of type 3 conditionals?
Okay.
Okay. Which? Okay. Go on.
Okay. If the goalie, what verb should I use here, Michaela, please?
You could say throw.
Throw. Okay. If the goalie had thrown up, he would have. What verb? Because really, I tried, but I wasn't able really. Yeah?
Sorry, no, that was my fault. Throw up doesn't really work.
No, it is not thrown up. I think stood up maybe, or
yeah, it could be stood up.
I'm not sure really.
Probably not thrown up. Sorry about that. But yeah, the conjugation was correct, so thank you for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now that we have seen some practice with this, I have some questions for you, some hypothetical questions. But before we do that, do you guys have any questions?
No, what do I have?
No questions? Okay, awesome. So I have some hypothetical questions for us to discuss in the conditional. The first question is, if you could go visit a famous person, who would it be? I'll ask everybody this question, so I'm going to start from the left. Ahmad, if you could go visit a famous person, who would you go visit?
Okay. Okay, second Ahmed, sorry.
No problem.
No, your turn.
Okay. I would visit Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey. All right. So can you put a complete sentence for us?
Okay. If I had the chance to visit a famous person, I would visit Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, thank you.
This is in the second type. If I can do it in the third, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, no, however you guys would like to respond is totally fine. Okay. Next, same question. Ahmed, will you give us your answer?
Maybe
The next question.
Amr is the next.
Yeah, sorry. Your names are very similar. You might not.
You can call me Azab, by the way. Direct.
Oh, okay. Isa?
Yeah, Azab.
Okay. Will you give us your answer?
The first the first question or the second?
The first question. If you could go visit a famous person, who would it be?
Okay, can you type it or what?
Yeah, I'm typing it. Hold on. Sorry, my Verbling chat is kind of slow, so it's not processing very well. Okay, so I typed it in the Verbling chat box if you guys have any questions. It's also on the document, and you should all have the document open. So if you need it written down, it's also there. Will you give us your answer? All right. Well, let's try Amer. Oh, I see. So
Sorry?
I didn't get an answer from Ahmad then.
Yeah. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
You didn't hear my answer, by the way?
No, I heard your answer. Sorry, I was just looking for Ahmad because you guys have...
The first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you both give answers already?
No, just the second Ahmed who answered you already.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. If I could go visit the famous person, I would see or meet. I don't know really.
Who?
I don't know.
All right. How about
let's say
Shakira?
No, I want Barack Obama, the president.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good choice.
White House. He was sitting in the White House.
Yeah, it would be great to see the White House too.
Yes, I would like.
Okay. Next up. Hold on. Sorry guys, my processing is very slow here, so can't see names all the time. Amer, will you give the answer to the same question? If you could go visit a famous person, who would you go visit?
Sorry, I can't.
You can't give an answer. Why? Because you're not sure of how to form the sentence?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So look at the chat box. Can you see the chat box?
Chat box where?
It's on your right. It should be on your very right. Or if it's not, on your left, you should see icons. And the very last icon, if you click it, you'll see a chat box pop up.
Class chat.
Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you see the chat box?
Chat, yeah.
The blue icon, man.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Okay, so if you see the chat box, I posted a sentence. I said, I was posting this because Salvo wants to see President Obama. So I put, if I could go visit a famous person, I would visit Obama. That's the correct form. So all you have to do is put in a person you would like to go visit. Who would you like to go visit?
You know what's the problem? In the chat, I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's do it by audio. So If I could go visit a famous person, I would go visit who?
Huh.
Just put a name.
If I could go to visit uh, uh, England, I I would visit the king.
Awesome. That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Aysegul, I know that you have audio difficulty, but if you can answer this question in the chat box, I would love to hear your response. So if you can, message us in the chat box. If you can't, that's fine. Okay, Farad, will you answer the same question?
Yeah, if I could go visit a famous person, it would be my physics teacher.
Yeah.
I would visit. I would visit my physics. I would visit my physics teacher.
All right, that's cool. Who's your physics teacher?
It's Aurangzeb. Nowadays, he is living in UK. He is studying his MPhil degree, and a very. I think that he is nowadays working in a project with a scientist, a lot of English scientists, and
Very
he have.
cool.
Yeah. So I like him.
Thank you. That would be awesome. Okay,
Okay.
Lucas, your turn. Will you tell us if you could go visit a famous person, who you would go visit?
If I could go visit a famous person, I would like to visit a Joe.
Who?
A Joe.
And who's he? Sorry, I don't know.
Her. A
Her.
Joe.
Oh,
Her.
Adele. Okay. Yeah. All right, now I understand. Yeah, she's a great singer. I love Adele.
Really good.
All right, thank you. Mauro, will you tell us your reply?
The first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yes. I think if I could go visit a famous person, I would visit Messi.
The soccer player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody knows.
Of course you would.
Nice.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Salvo, I know you're having audio difficulty. Did you already put a response? You said Obama, right? You already responded, I think. Okay, awesome. Then everyone is done. We have 2 more questions, but unfortunately we do not have time. So what I'd like you guys to do is, if you want to come up with responses, message me them on Facebook. Everyone, my Facebook is, sorry, my Facebook profile is attached to my Verbling. So you can message me your responses to these questions here. You can message me on Verbling or on Facebook to give me your responses to the last 2 questions. Okay? And if you need my Facebook profile, it is Michaela Afidani, like this. So that's my Facebook. You guys can message me responses. Yeah, that's a really funny joke. You said fast book because I speak fast. Yeah, it's difficult. I always speak very, very fast. So if you ever need help, just let me know and I'll slow down. But sometimes you have to remind me to speak slowly because I forget.
That is okay. Clear enough.
Thank you guys for a great class. I hope you guys had fun and learned a little bit. I'm starting another class now, so if you want more grammar, you can join my next class as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.